Hello, hello. We are back. It's that time again for the reveal. At the end of this, we'll go through all four of these cards together and see how that energetically adds up for all of us over the next couple weeks. But for now, let's start with each card and see what you picked and how the card that you chose is going to affect you over the next couple of weeks. So let's start with card number one. Of course, if you chose card number one, you chose regeneration. Now, this card talks about the need to let something go. So, what is it that you're hanging on to that is not serving you a purpose anymore? It could be hurt, it could be anxiety, it could be frustration. Whatever it is that you're carrying that you don't need to carry, this is time to let it go. So the energy is in your favor right now to let things go. So really use that to your advantage so that you can release what you don't need to carry forward. Empty out your suitcase so you've got room for new opportunities coming in. Once you do that, releasing what you don't need, that allows room for new energy to come in and the universe to send you all of those good things that you've been waiting for. Don't focus too much on what you're waiting for right now or what you need to add in. Really just focus on releasing right now, and the rest is going to fall into place later. Okay, so if you chose card number two, you chose higher power. This card talks about the spirit within you. So the need to connect with your higher self, not just focusing on the physical world right now, focusing on your higher self, your spiritual self, and really connecting with that. So check in on your own heart, check in on your own spiritual journey and see where that's leading you. Okay? And be open to the signs or everything that's going to happen that's maybe a little bit differently than what you've been expecting, or you've been asking for something that'll show up in a different manner. So be open to receiving maybe in a different way than you were expecting. Okay? Zoom out to see the big picture. That's really going to help you, where you're not focused and fixated on one thing. Zoom out to see the big picture and pay attention to everything, even if it's not what you're expecting, because that's going to bring you some good luck, some space for opportunities to enter, and making sure that you don't miss it for looking at it, for lack of a better term. Okay? So if you chose card number three, you chose chaos and conflict. So this card always brings in a little bit of like movement in the energy. So it's like the winds of change are blowing in. Okay, so it can seem a little chaotic for a while, but this card is going to allow things to change. So it's quite refreshing after we get used to what's happened. It's quite refreshing. So this card, we want to remember though that you don't want to get too involved. You don't want to be confrontational during this time. So during the next week or two, you'll want to step back and take more of an observer role instead of engaging. Okay, so just try to stay neutral over the next couple weeks. Don't rock the boat. Just let the dust settle, and then you can figure out how you want to respond or how you want to act. That's really the best way to deal with this card right now. Just let the dust settle before you act, or before you decide, or before you reply, if at all possible. Now, if you chose card number four, you chose Yang. Now, this card says, be careful what you wish for. So make sure that your intentions are clear and that your ideas are focused on what it is that you want. So setting your intentions at this time is a good idea, but make sure that you are clear on your intentions, okay? Making sure that you are balanced in what you give out and get in return. So really just focusing on that energy. And as long as you do that and you're careful to make sure that you are putting care into everything that you want, things will work out properly for you and you will have happiness at the end of this. If you push through and decide, I want this and this is how I want it, and sometimes that's not what's best. So really just focus on the whole situation and careful what you wish for, really, because you just might get it. So if we look at all 4 of these cards all together, we want to make sure that we are able to release what it is that we do not need to carry forward. Get in touch with your higher self. What is it that your spiritual self is trying to tell you? Let the winds of change come in and rearrange things to the way that they're supposed to be so that you are exactly on track to where you need to be. And setting intentions, but be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. Those are some fun cards this week. Comment if you like about how these cards are reflecting what's happening in your life right now. And feel free to come back at the end of the couple weeks and see how it compares to what actually happened over this couple week period for you. So enjoy the next couple weeks ahead. We'll meet again and take care. Bye for now, guys.